and welcome to Can I Kick It? Jetpack Joust's new web series dedicated to bringing you the best indie games on crowdfunded websites like Kickstarter and Indiegogo. We're here to talk about games that you can fund yourself, that you can bring to life, and that's what's so exciting about the times we live in now. My name's Cory Stein, and we've got 3 games that we want to talk about today, all amazing. So let's get started. The first game we're going to talk about today is called Hyper Light Drifter. It showed up on Kickstarter last week, and it immediately impressed me with how beautiful it was. This is the kind of game that makes you really respect pixel art, not just as a nostalgia factor, but as real art. It's the same kind of impact that Fez had on me when I saw it for the first time. The story is about a character called a drifter who goes throughout this post-apocalyptic world and basically finds artifacts from old realms and old worlds and old civilizations. Now, the only thing about this is the story has obviously kind of been told before, but you'll be sold on the game when you see it in action. So I'm going to shut up and just let it play. The creator is being really ambitious with this one. He's looking for roughly $27,000, but he's already banked over $100,000 in the first week that it's been launched. This game is going to be made already, but you can still get behind it. Games like this can really use extra money. They can use it to become bigger and better, and that's what's got me so excited. With all of this extra cash, he's going to be able to go even above and beyond his ambitions, and this Miyazaki sort of surreal world will come to life. I don't know a lot about the mechanics, and he's sort of being tight-lipped about what the story is going to be, but just from what I've seen, I already want to play it. The second game on our plate is called Taxi Journey. It's a game from France, an adventure game that tells the story of 2 children named Gino and Zoe. They're good friends, and the mechanics in this game are terribly interesting. Gino rolls around in this sort of Power Wheels-like car, and he moves his friend Zoe with him. What's really cool about Gino is he's got a lot of tools in his tool belt. He's got an umbrella that can keep rocks from falling on his head, and they even show a sequence where he takes a fishing rod and uses it to pull reflections from water. Zoe can manipulate electricity, and that's a particularly interesting mechanic in its own way because she can take it directly from the wall and make inoperable things work again. What I really like about this game is its art style. It looks an awful lot like something you'd see from an old Addams Family cartoon. It's a little bit gothic, but still very vivid, very beautiful, and the character design is absolutely impeccable. They're not even quite finished working on the final look of the game, but I'm already interested in it. The only thing that has me worried is the amount of money they've requested, $130,000. They're not moving too fast, so I'm a bit worried that this thing won't get funded, but you still have a chance to get over there and contribute to them. Lastly, we want to talk about a miniatures game called Golem Arcana by Harebrained Studios. You might have heard this name before. They recently funded Shadowrun Returns, one of the most successful indie games ever produced through Kickstarter. What's interesting about this particular game is the amount of people it brings together. The creators of Shadowrun Returns, the creators of games like HeroClix, and board games like Mage Knight. What I find particularly great is the world that they're trying to build. It's very unique. Golems are a creature that you don't see used a lot in media. The golems of this world are massive beasts used for war and used to actually create the world around you. They're created from different elements like plants and stones. However, it's not your typical miniatures game. It uses a stylus attached to your tablet device that allows you to track your game in real time. It makes everything move faster. The creators show in the demo that you can put the stylus down onto the terrain board and see what the terrain does to affect your units. You can also select the units and see the different powers they have available. What's also really cool about this, and it's something that I'd never even thought of before, is that you can physically save your game, even though it's a board game. If you have to leave and come back to it, the app will actually save your place, and so you'll know exactly where to put your units the next day when you come back to play again. All of this seems to bring together a lot of talented people, and there's a lot of money already contributed to this particular product. However, I would like to see even more. This is the kind of miniatures game that gets me excited because you don't have to paint anything, you don't have to worry about the hassle of too many expenses of building and building and building your miniatures unit. You get a lot just from purchasing the base set. So I would go ahead and take a look at this one. It's really, really cool. Well, that's the first episode, folks. We at Jetpack Joust are really interested in emphasizing the importance of indie games, and we think that crowdfunding is a particularly great way of getting them made. What we want to let you know is that we don't know any of the people who work in these groups. We don't know any of these developers. We are only interested in seeing the future of gaming become even bigger and brighter than it already is. What you could do is go down below into the description section and find links to all of those Kickstarter projects. I hope that you'll fund at least one of them, and if you don't, just take a look and see what they have to offer. Maybe it's something you'd be looking to buy when the product actually comes out. Go ahead and subscribe to our channel. We're going to have a lot more content in the near future, and then after that, check us out on Twitter at Jetpack Joust. Thanks a lot for your time, and we'll see you soon.